All right. Looks like it's working over on YouTube, and let me just double check over on Twitch. And it looks like it is working over on Twitch as well. So we are live, and we're going to be building a map in the lab. We're going to be building a map over in the lab. And all right, so let me just dismiss some of these alerts here. Tweet out that I'm live. And yeah, let's build up, check out what everything. So just in case people are new to this, I do want to post and I guess just explain how to get into the lab. So I guess this will be a part of this YouTube stream here. So the first thing you need to do to be able to get into the lab, you're just at the main menu right here and stuff. You hit play down here. You go ahead and click play. And then right here where you have your playlist selections and stuff like that, you scroll down to the lab right here. Now there's also a map browser and custom games. So if you want to play any of that, map browser, you can click on that and you can look at some people's maps. Currently right now there is a glitch that duplicates, as you can tell, and stuff. There's a, duplicating and everything like that. But yeah, so... But it's like, this is how you do. They know about this bug. They're going to be there. I think they said they might already have it fixed. They just have to implement it. I'm not sure. Something like that. So how many frames are you getting on PC with it maxed out? Yeah, I am completely maxed right now. And I don't know if there's an FPS counter. So I don't know. A lot. But nothing. I don't feel any jitteriness though, Aaron, at all whenever I'm on here. So we've already, this is my little test there. I've already checked out this one. I want to check out this deal here. Let's go private there. Create lobby. And then you just hit play. You got to Steam FPS over. How do you bring that up? How do you bring up the Steam FPS overlay? So this is just the arena style map here. Unfortunately, it looks like we have the drought biome stuff here, and then we got fracture biomes, which is all the grass and everything like that. Steam options. Why? How do you bring up Steam options? That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to bring up that stuff. Is it all tab? No, that's my main deal. Shift tab? I don't know. I thought there was something like that brings up this. I don't really know. I'm not worried about it, but everything is smooth. If you go into test, this is maxed out. Seems to be fine. It doesn't seem any jitteriness or anything like that. Seems pretty good. So no matter what, seems all right. All right, let's go ahead and keep moving here. I just wanted to see this. I don't know where I'm going to build. I'm probably not going to build in this one. Discard. I didn't do anything. So it's shift tab. You got to activate it. Oh, here. Okay. Game recording. No, we're not worried about that. Controller settings. Oh, game recording is interesting. Okay, so FPS counter on. We'll go top right. Okay. Shift tab again. FPS. It locks 60 right now, which I am running right now, running 4K, by the way. So I'm not running 1440. I'm literally as much as possible. I'm running full 4K on here. So my screen can only go 4K 60. It can't go 120. So let's go ahead. Okay, yeah, but for playing, you hit play, scroll down here. If you want to start a new map, these are ones I made, you click create a new map. You name your project. Let's see here. You can of course change this later. But let's call it Nice. Okay, confirm. And then you choose which one. Unfortunately, there's no water canvas like what I had in the like the early build that I got to test. That's coming later, so the water canvas on there. We'll just go. How about we just go flat Earth on here? Or I guess I could have gone. I guess I could have gone in the sky. That would have been neat too. But oh well. Then you click on flat Earth. I make it private. Create lobby. They need to really have this hidden, like automatically. Hey, as long as it's 60 FPS, I'm good. Like, I don't... Okay, loading, it dropped down to 40, 50, 6, 2. Alright, here we go. Okay, so we're at 120. Let me jump in and test. We're keep the locked to 120 right now. Of course, there's no objects or anything like that, but still. I'm at a locked 120. Trying to move around a bunch. It's only dropping 119 whenever I move around. Kind of wiggling. So, seems pretty good. Of course, this is an empty map, so yeah. But still. Alright, it's cool. Let's go ahead now and jump in and play. Yes, I do have DLSS quality on. Yeah, this is what my settings are that I have here. VSync, FPS limit, I put 120 FPS. Do you want me to kick it up? Just FPS limit to 500 and just see what happens. So now 287, 292, 290. So like 290. And this is what the settings are, Aaron, that I have. Basically everything ultra. That says, oh, this is not portal frame rate. So, okay, this is not in ultra. Let's go ahead and click that up to ultra. Make sure. DLSS, super resolution, it says transformer. That was just it defaultly. Put in the quality. Nothing of sharpness. There you go. Auto for frame generation. I do have reflex enabled on here. So with these few things going into ultra, see if it does anything. Which, no, it doesn't. Yeah, I just have it on auto. Like the frame gen. Like right here, just turn it off. See what it is. Now I'm down to 60. I wonder, because that's the thing. That's the thing, though. It's a locked 60. That's the deal that I'm wondering. Because my screen, if I'm running 4K, my screen is only like, it's like 60 hertz 4K. You know? I'd rather just keep it auto. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't change anything for me. Wait, maybe it turned VSync back on when turning FrameGen off. That's probably what it is, honestly. That's probably what it is. Yep. Yep, makes sense. But that's fine. I'm just going to keep it on. I'm good with it. Okay, let's go ahead and build something. Should I have a nice sky? I don't know. I kind of want to exit the lab real quick. I kind of want to... Let's go with the nice sky look here. Okay, so delete. Confirm. We're deleting. Nice. We'll go ahead and go here. Go into this one. They really need to have it where if you put it privacy on here, they really need to have it to where whenever you create your lobby, this is automatically hidden right here. It shouldn't show up as a code for anyone to join. Like it just because. You know, that should be automatically hidden, the code. Oh, there's something else, because I know we gave some feedback, you know, and everything. And there's some other stuff, Aaron, that I'm like, this is nice. Look at this type of stuff here. For one, this is like fractured. This is all like, they right now have the little drought type of one, which is all the desert style environments. And dude, they have so many different, like, all the vistas. Guess what the vistas are? They have no collision, large objects that are supposed to be background only. It's fantastic. Look. Like, look at this. See the trees? And the trees are flat. These are one of the feedback things that we gave. You know, what is going on? Why is it there? That was weird. Yeah, little 2D cards. Like, the rocks aren't 2D, but the trees are 2D, and it has no collision. So it's just fantastic background things. Now look at this right here. There's a asteroid planetary belt. Imagine if 343 did this with a halo ring for your map. Look at this. This sucker is huge. This sucker is huge. That's it. Look at that. This thing is massive. I don't know what I'm clicking here. Like that's... It doesn't look like it here. Let's get it a little bit smaller because it looks like some of the... There is no time of day settings. So yeah, see, you can move it still. It doesn't, of course, move too much just because of the fact that it's so massive. But look, like you can have a cool asteroid belt on the outside. You know, and then there's some other things. There's a, you know, there's some smaller stuff. A tiny clump. Like, you see this? You can have a nice little clump, you know, outside your map. And of course, you can scale it bigger and everything. Burr, 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 burr. What's a super overload if it's intentional? Yeah, I noticed that. That's with a lot of different stuff. And I don't think my Elgato, I think I checked it to make sure it is set on, because you know how it always changes. Yeah, it's on bypass for the color range. I get it always. Yeah. Like I noticed that it's pretty bright. It's not like you can, like, you know, do anything with lighting and stuff like that in here. They said that they'd like to do it, but it's also very costly. And so, yeah. Like, I'm just like all these. I love all these background elements. Like, we got flat trees and stuff here. But it's like, it's great. It's fantastic to be able to have some sort of, like, background element here. You know, we can put it up. I do find it weird that it wiggles. You know, like if you see it, it kind of like moves. And it's weird because not everything moves. Like the trees don't move here. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah. Yep. Yeah, I hope the next Forge is like UEFN for PC and it's like this for console. Or like how it currently is for console, you know. One other thing I find weird that I noticed, the tree roots. They wiggle and move a lot. Like the ends of them. See this? Like I'm like, it would be cool if in the tools and the details you have an option to like make it static. Like it's not gonna wiggle around and move. Like it's cool in some aspects, but some of them you're like, I don't want it to move around, like, you know? Like, I don't want it to move around that much. You know? Yeah. But they have some trees. So instead of Michael, what can we say? I don't know. They have trees, and they're nice. They're nice trees. They look really good. I like them. There's different types. You know? Now, there's not any other types of trees besides this. There's some, like, dead trees. But there's nothing, like, no green trees that are anything besides this. One other thing. They have leaves. This is, I don't know if they had this beforehand, but I said, yes, please get, like, leaves that you could put down on portions and stuff like that. Like, we mentioned that. So I don't know if this was already before or that was due to our feedback and stuff like that. But either way, fantastic. I love having the leaves. Love having the tall grass there. This is going to be great. I just love this so much better than the first one. Only pine trees get infinite flashbacks. Yes, but I really do like, you know, like, I don't know. I love the excitement of the devs after talking with them. You know, they do have some dead trees, so you can kind of custom make your own tree too. So that is the neat thing. You can kind of custom make your own tree. At least I think they have dead trees. Do they not have dead trees? Oh, did they not have dead trees? Oh, I could have sworn that they had some. Or was that on a different? Was that on UEFN? Well, you could kind of do it with roots. They don't have dead trees. That was on UEFN. But you can kind of go like this. You know, make your own, like, different type of tree here. Like, what if you did this? And then you move over here. And then let's say, let's get... what type of bush do we have? We got some different bushes here. We got ferns here. We got also this one right here. Where was this bush at? Was this bush in the other group? It may have been in the other group over here. I know they have some stuff like in different areas. Yeah, this was in this group right here. The different grasses. White levels are blinding you. But you know, it's like it's not perfect, but hey, you know, they at least they're excited about expanding upon this. Like, what if you do something like this? And then we can duplicate, we can rotate. You know? Yeah, it's like you can't color any of these. Like, that's one of my other suggestions I gave to him. It would be nice to be able to color vegetation, so we can really make different types of stuff, like different types of grass. And I know in the normal game, you know, you're able to actually do that type of stuff. Like they have like different colored, you know, grass and everything. So. Like, I think eventually we would probably be able to do that. Let's go ahead and move it. I'm just trying to build a nice little tree here. Let's build a nice little tree. Take a look at it. So you can definitely really kind of make your own style to an extent. Like, look at that right there. You know, kind of get your own style of tree right there. You know. Yeah, it's just time. You know, Aaron. Which they have so much planned stuff. So, you know, like, look at this, though. Like, already with this. Let's go ahead and delete this. Delete this. Like, that's nice. it looks like a nice little tree. Let's go ahead and hop down and take a look at it from the ground. You know, got a nice little tree. I like it. I like it. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover this with ground. Like, let's have some terrain here. Let's get fractured. The terrain, Aaron, so far is I like it. It's pretty good and it's large. Like, they give you some huge pieces here, you know, and of course you could scale them even bigger. But they give you some really nice terrain pieces. Like, look at these, some of the fractured ground. Like, we got some wooden stuff right here, and of course the texture is kind of it's just, it looks like it'll be just real nice. Here we go. We got some dirt here. So it's like some different. We have a movement lock on, so if you also notice, there's like some sort of like blending going on. It's very weird with this. It's like it makes it see-through, but it doesn't blend well enough to where it like makes more sense, like on the objects. It's good, but I think it goes too far down. Like, I think that's what the design is. It's supposed to blend between here, but I think it goes a little too far down. And man, what is that? Like, what's happening with the, you notice that? Like this mark thing here? That's weird. I don't know what that is. Wonder if it's ghosting from the DLSS. I don't know. Yeah, Splitgate doesn't use ray tracing. Should I try turning something off? Okay, so where's that at? Right here? DLAA? It still seems like it does that. FrameGen can also cause it. Do you want me to go ahead and turn that off and see what happens? Here, I'm going to go back to quality here. And then how about FrameGen just go off? See what happens. Nope, it still has those like weird, like these things. These little line things, whatever you want to call them. Maybe it's... maybe it's one of these. Like the quality. Like, what if I lower this down to high? Just see texture quality. Nope. Medium? Just seeing if that is affecting anything. How about we just, let me pop it all to medium and see what, if anything changes. No, nothing changes. Interesting. Yeah, how about we go everything medium? Wait. It's different. So it wasn't, it was one of those first three. I'm going to just double check. Going ultra. Yeah, it's not here anymore. So I'm going to keep shadow quality. I doubt it'll view distance. That doesn't make any sense if it was that. Maybe shadow quality. Let me hit ultra for post-processing. Yep, it's shadow. It's a shadow quality on ultra. Yep. There we go. That's what does it. Shadow quality. Put it on high, it doesn't do it anymore. Put it on ultra, it does it. Yeah. Yep. Well, at least we figured it out, so now I can actually, like, tell him, you know? I can tell him, hey, we have an issue with some weird artifacting or something. Michael! Yeah, I like this blend ability right here. But the issue is, it looks like if you have it going, like, technically, this is underground right here. And look. Oh, man, that doesn't really... See, it's under. See, it goes under right there. But whenever I test, see, you could see the line. Is VSync and FrameGen off? No. FrameGen is still on. But you could still see the line. I think it needs to blend a little quicker on here. Like, I like the blendability, but you have to make sure you lower this down enough to where you don't see that line from the other. I really like the blend because it actually makes sense whenever you're, like, putting objects down. I wonder if you can blend between the two. Like, what if you blend between these two objects? I think it's just the ground that can blend together. But let's make sure. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's just the ground. Just the terrain pieces look like those are the only things that can blend. These have these hard lines on here. But I personally really love the blend. So that means you can actually have a pathway. Like, you can make a pathway with this, you know, right here. Because there is other type of... If you go over here, you can do terrain that's sand here. I wonder... Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Like, so I wonder if we had the sand has the same blending ability. Yeah, look. The sand has the same blending ability on it. I love that. So you could shrink this thing down. And you can, of course, I have it on, like, different lock. So you can make, like, a little pathway, you know, or, like, look at that. You can have it to where it kind of blends. Like, what do you mean the ghosting? I'm confused. Oh, objects move, you can see the trail. Okay. I love the blend. I love the blend. Okay, let's try to figure out something. Let's figure out a map that we can, of course, build. Shall we build a parkour type of map? Can I keep people from using their, like, multiple booster jumping thingies? Map settings. I can't click on it. Let me go ahead and save project and see if I can actually exit the lab and go into, like, maybe a game type settings and see if I can do something like that. Custom games. Go and create a lobby. Okay, mode. Is there any way? Oh, no, I don't want that. I want me. Oh, I haven't published any. Oh, do you have to publish something to be able to hop into custom game and test it? I guess you do. Ooh, look at this one. Platforms. Cool. Oh man, I'm already ready to start featuring some of these maps. There's an exploit in your custom maps. Anyways, hi devs, keep up the good work. What? Let's see here. I wonder if I can go to the lab, go to here, and then a mode. Can I build my own mode? Action, firecracker, hot zone, split ball. View all. Like I know in the first one, in the first game, I believe they had like a parkour mode. I guess what would we probably do for a like a race type of mode right now? What would you want to do? Hot zone? What's hot zone necessarily? 1 round? Probably 1 round. Hot zone 1 round. How do we advance settings? Guessing doing something like, okay, allow normal, sudden death, round length, rounds over time, tiebreaker rules, standards, mode rules. Can't spectate enemies. Free cam enabled. Oh, you can spectate? Enable to automatically spectate the nearest player upon starting spectation. Ooh, that's kind of neat. Points. Score limit. Score at which the game will end. 1. Map rules. Lifespan. Like I'm guessing loadout rules. Allow faction changes during gameplay. If I turn that off. See, I don't know if I could save any of this though. Yeah, it says like you can't save game. Oh, there you go. I literally just said that. And you just wrote that in the deal. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking through and seeing what you could change. On here, damage multiplier, how much player infinite magazines, drop all reserved ammo on max health. We're super strong. Movement speed multiplier, gravity scale, jump height multiplier. Okay, so lives enabled. Ooh, we could do lives enabled, so that way if you die, you can restart. 100 lives. I'm just trying to think of like a parkour type of mode. What necessarily you could do. I wish that you can enable big head mode. Precision damage only. Infinite reserves. Like, I know that there's the jump height multiplier. But the problem is is there any way that I can, like, keep people from, like, having multi-jumps? Weapon pickups enabled. Off. Drop. Okay, so it would be drop only equipped weapons. Under abilities? Okay. I just haven't gotten there yet. Okay. Loadout rules, ability rules. Okay, enable sprint, fantastic. Enable thruster, thruster acceleration. Okay, thruster acceleration usage meter. Disable radar. Put that on, like that type of deal. Allow replacing. Enable portals. See, that's nice. You can go ahead and disable that if you just want strictly parkour stuff. Allow replacing enemy portals. Thruster usage multiplier. So if I put it 0.25, I wonder what that would necessarily be. Radar boundary. Okay, enable sprint. We're going to go ahead and enable sprint here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and see bot rules. Bots enabled. We're turning that off. Always use team spawns. Okay, we're not worried about that. Okay, we did that. Map name, selector map. I just want to see what it is. Simulation Charlie. Yeah, we're just gonna real quick see. Create lobby. Yeah, I got drops on. I am actually in the process of becoming part of the MVP thing, which you actually get, like, if you sub, then you actually get more stuff too. But so if you want to, I'm in the process of that. It's, of course, the team's really busy right now, so you know, they're busy, so I'm not worried.
Hot Zone starts now.
Hot zone. Pew, pew,
5,
pew. Pew, pew, pew,
4,
pew.
3, 2, 1.
This is your moment. Don't waste it. Find the zone and capture
Nice.
the score.
Okay, so this is kind of like a. This is kind of like just a big.
Get to the zone.
Get to the zone. Okay, capture. Boom.
Capture in progress. Hold your ground.
So you have to actually hold. Is there any way I can make the capture quicker? You know, like I'm trying to think of a parkour, like finishing, you know, you go and you capture the final thing. Oh, maybe what is the ball one? Maybe you could carry a ball and just throw it in, you just score once and you win.
Victory.
Like you carry a ball the whole time.
Great win. Oh, that's the result of hard work and smart plays.
Look, that's me. I win. I just got XP. Unsure if you can make split ball. Well, you can make it to where people just play by themselves. So there's that. Oh my gosh. What is it? Exit game. No, I don't want to exit game. Leave without party. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I just was thinking about like some different stuff. Like I'm just trying to think of stuff until I think eventually they will get, you know, I think they will get some other stuff in here that, you know, like some, like a parkour mode or something, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, that just takes time and everything. But we can make do while we wait. Build some maps. Players, get down there. Let's go ahead and hop in. I've been spoiled by ray tracing. Yeah. I would like for them to get ray tracing in here. Yeah, I'm assuming we'll get a race deal eventually. Also, I know it's something that we definitely talked about. You know, like beforehand, like, you know, whenever I was testing the lab early. Yeah. My eyes. It is somewhat bright. I do see what you're. Okay, so let's. Well, Aaron, if this is a bit bright for you, should I go ahead and go to the other one? I could go to the other one. It may be a little bit. Like go to this one, the Baron whatever type of one. Parkour. I would love, because having the ability to change like time of day and stuff like that is a little more complicated, you know? So I would love it if they could just maybe have something like how Halo Reach with the little, you know, little orbs that change it, you know, to like, oh, it's you know, it's nighttime. It's like a fake nighttime, or, you know, things like that. Like it kind of just change. Like you had the juicy filter, you know, like remember all those? Yeah. Okay, so how about we go ahead and like, because I know changing time of day is probably a lot more complicated. So having a filter would be nice, like a nighttime filter or a juicy filter that makes everything, or just whatever. Yeah. Okay, so how about we go ahead and try to build something here. I kind of want to do a parkour type of thing. I'm trying to think on how to start. Should we start off high in the air or low? Like if we start off high or medium. If we start off low, then it'll be kind of like a climb initially. I'm gonna Oh yeah, I forgot. They have these mossy rocks, Aaron. Mossy rocks. The race game mode, they don't have one yet. And we got a clump. And we got just a nice little mound. I love the blending. Absolutely love it. I think that's a fantastic idea, and I really wish Halo did the same type of deal, the ability to blend. You know, now I wish I could blend every object, like these two objects together. I wish I can have, like, I don't know, something in the tools here and be like, check mark, blend, you know, in the tools. That would be cool. And you, like, any object that touches this, that's at least a terrain object, blends. Well, I didn't know about it, honestly, Aaron, because I built beforehand. I built on the water canvas, which they currently don't have in here. They said that's coming later. So I didn't know that this blend thing was even here. All right, so let's go ahead and have a nice terrain piece here. All right, let's start right here. So this will be kind of like our start right here. Okay. And there's so many huge rocks in this. Like there's landform rocks, which are massive. Like these are big boys. Big boy rocks. And then there's smaller ones, you know. But yeah, the landform ones just automatically start off huge. Make a golf map. That would actually be interesting with the ball throwing thing. How does that work? The ball throwing deal. Like I forget what it's, split ball. Like how does that work? Does the ball disappear if it lands? Now we got to test. Because if this does it, we're making a golf map. Because for one, Aaron, did you see this right here? Like you can have this as like a like a green. Oh, it's basically dropping the ball. You can't throw it. Oh, that's sad. Man, you got to be able to chunk the ball. They got to do something like that. Like a little toss. Oh, well, that wouldn't work. I was thinking more of like Ricochet, you know, in Halo, where you can really actually like throw it pretty far. Man, hopefully they could change that. Hopefully they can, you know, like, I don't know, have a mode where, you know, you can really chunk it. Maybe a different variation of split ball, like split ball toss, and where you could really like chunk it and it, you know, could go pretty far. That would be kind of cool. Because imagine, like, I have these things here, and then what if I have, well, here, I'll just grab this one. Well, actually, I'll grab, no, I guess I could just do this. And imagine if you have like another island, you know, thing here. And like you just have islands around that you have to go to. Something like this. And so like you're here. And then you got to like throw it over gaps. And you can have rock obstacles and even like, you know, the little launchers, like the little main cannon type of things. And so you got to pick it up and you got to throw it to a certain point. You can even have it where you throw it in like a hole and then it like rolls down something. Come on. We need this. Call it like call it split ball toss. You know, so it's a different thing, but it has that the crossover we didn't know we needed. Like, I'm already thinking of ideas. I want it. Splitgate and PGA Tour. Okay, so I want this to be pretty. I want this map to be pretty. How big is this here? Okay, that's a good size for a starting. We're gonna have the starting where you jump off of this right here. Oh, and Aaron, this is another thing that Halo needs. Check this out. This is so cool. It's not in biomes, it's in gameplay objects. Unwalkable. Check this out. You're gonna be like, this is just so cool. So basically, it's like ice. Unwalkable. Look, I'm sliding. I'm not walking. Here's what it looks like whenever I walk around. Like, you know, typical running animation with my gun and stuff. But then look. Slide. And I can still kind of control it in the middle and stuff. Like, you see that? Like, it's a little wonky on terrain. But I love it. Like, this is so cool. It's like, we need that. We need that in Halo. Like the ice, so we can actually make like ice where we can be like Halo CE, where, you know, people are like, you know, sliding on the ice in multiplayer. Like, that would be so cool. If the split ball can be launched by the jump pads. See, that's what I mentioned earlier. Like, you can have the launch pads, you know, like as an obstacle, or you can use it as something. Yeah, that would be great. But yeah, like I was saying, you could call it, they can change it, keep the normal split ball, but then they could change it, called like, you know, split ball toss or split ball golf, you know? And where it has all that type of stuff, like the ball is affected by the launchers, the like jump pads and stuff. And you can even throw it through portals. I don't know if you can in normal split ball, but you can throw it through portals. You know, you can throw it actually somewhat far, like not super far, but maybe like, let's see here. Like maybe you can make it across this entire rock right here. You know, you can't toss it through a portal. Okay, cool. So we're already almost there. You know, but like right here, like you throw it, and maybe if you're running and you throw it, it goes a little bit further compared to if you just like stand and throw or something. Like, call it split ball golf. You know, like that would be cool. We're coming up with these ideas left and right. Making games, like some of the most popular games in Halo are the non-Halo games. You know, like Duck Hunt and everything like that. It's games, you know, that don't fit the normal Halo style, or Ice Cream Man, you know, just everything like that. Okay, let's go ahead and start building something here. I'm talking a bunch here. I'm excited about the future. Okay, I'm excited about the future. And one thing that makes me really excited is just the devs. You know, they seem very like excited about making this awesome. Where's the upside down tin cups? I know, like the devs are big fans of Reach. It's like, where's the tin cups? You know, maybe if they make the split ball golf, they could throw in some like golf cups in there. That would be cool. All right, so let's go ahead and have some rocks. I just love the rock options they have here. You know, let's just throw a couple in here and then we'll start just spawning. Okay, that's that one. Or is that? Then we'll just start spawning our own and just, you know, start messing around with it. Now, there is no light options, so you can't put like God rays or anything like that in here. Yeah, they said those are super expensive to be able to work on. I just love the blend. Look at the blend. I like it. I like the blend. It looks so smooth. It's no longer like it actually forms. It just looks so good. I like it. Now, some of it, if you notice how you can kind of see through it a little far, I wish it was a little shorter, the blend. It wasn't as transparent there. You know, because sometimes you can see a little too far down, like on the blend there. But I love it just because it forms really nicely, especially with terrain. Enter a certain area or something, the game gives you a point. Yeah, you can still do that, but you won't be able to throw the ball. So I'm actually thinking about, comma. Is that how you say it? Is it comma or coma? Is it comma? Comma? I'm guessing comma, like comma blader. Like comma. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Comma, like, you know more about this. You could still do everything you could normally do with it, right? Like with this, like you could still use your thruster packs. You could still like all that type of stuff while holding the ball. Oh, Miguel, I saw you for a second, but then it was then your message was gone. You can portal while holding the ball, but can you run and jump? Like you could still do all the normal stuff. Okay, cool. So as long as you can hold the ball, that's probably what I'm going to do for my parkour, you know, whatever thing, like where you hold the ball and then you know, deliver the ball, and that like ends the game or something, like just get 1 point, like the parkour thing. I think that would be probably best. And if you fail, well, you just got to go back to the start. I'm putting all, like, you know, like if you fail, the ball will respawn back over here. You got to go back to the start. I'm guessing this is the split ball stuff, right? Tools. Split ball capture plate. Yes. Okay. Cool. That's the split ball capture plate. And then here's the split ball. Right here. Firecracker spawner. Is that the split ball? Split ball spawner. Oh, okay, there's the split ball spawner. Okay, cool. And you could show the end with your striped terrain piece. Exactly. Okay, so all this type of stuff, can we like highlight? Oh, that would be nice to have. You know, the ability to just like highlight on here. Like the you know. Oh, material color. Yeah, no, that's something I definitely brought up to him like quite a bit on there. Oh, this is just changing the color. But I'm talking about textures. Like you can change colors. So they are going to have a better version of this where you're not having to go through values, you know? But yeah, you could still, you know, do different stuff. Let's get a little more red in here. But like you could still change the color of everything, so it's just not all the normal color. But I did talk to him about having textures, like having another thing right here where textures where you could change it to wood, you could change it to dirt, brick, stone, you know, concrete, like doing that. That would be, what's this boundary? That's one of the boundaries here. Domination, neutral point boundary, hot zone, neutral point boundary. Like these are all just like, they give you defaultly everything here, just so, you know. Can I just go delete on this? I can. Okay, I should have done that from the start. Oh. Jay. Sorry, Jay, you're getting deleted. Uh-oh, what's happening? Why is it doing this? I can't delete it. Jay. Let me delete. For the love of everything, let me delete Jay. Okay. Oh, you didn't know I was sorry, Miguel. Yeah. This is the channel that I do UGC stuff on YouTube. Like I'm starting on Splitgate stuff right now. I do Fortnite stuff on here. I will be doing some Roblox things also. I need to create a blank canvas just so I don't have to do this every time. Feel like the old Halo days where you create a blank canvas, you know? I know I deleted the stuff that I did, but that's fine. You can click the top and then go down and shift click. You got to be kidding me. I completely forgot about multi-select. Comma, don't. You didn't see anything? You didn't see anything. I completely forgot about multi-select. Don't worry about it, okay? Hey, but the cool thing is there's an undo button now, you know? So you can be like, I want to undo. How many things can you undo? Let's see. Does it go forever? I want to see how far it can undo. Okay, we got our stuff back, so it seems like it could just continuously undo. Nice. Nice. The fire thing? Did you find the fire thing I was talking about? Are you talking about this right here, Aaron? Like these little things here? Or are you talking about this thing right here? This is a firecracker spawner. This is for a certain game mode. I don't know what the game mode is. I don't know these game modes. I need to look them up and figure out what they are. Oh, the unwalkable thing was in there. Yeah, you're talking about this. Oh, this one? Okay, this one is a blocking, so it blocks your shots and players. You know, typical like volume, you know. This one is damage over time, you know, type of thing. So like it's like a battle royale zone, basically. Like, so, you know, if you walk into it, it'll consistently damage you until you're dead. This one is a kill volume, so instantly damage you. This one is out of bounds. This is more like the Halo, you know, the 10-second kill boundary, where it doesn't damage you. It just basically says, hey, you're out of bounds, and it counts down until then it kills you. And then here is the unwalkable. So this one is the damage over time one. So similar like a battle royale type of, you know, volume where it'll slowly hurt you. That's what that is. Which I love these. I love these. And I'm so happy they have them in here. Interactives, we got a power weapon pad and a jump pad. There's the game mode, different game mode stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this, like this stuff, and fracture boulders. So here's the fracture stuff. Let's look at this. We can select it all, multi-select, boop, and delete that. Let's take out, let's don't do the fracture stuff. Isn't this so much easier? Comma over here, not wanting to say anything. We know you. You don't want to say anything. You just wanted to watch me like suffer and struggle and have to go through everything. Stepped away. Sure you did. You're watching the whole time and you're like, look at this idiot. He doesn't even know how to, you know, multi-select. You're like, look at this noob. He's over there clicking each one and clicking delete. Then delete. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me, comma. You could have done that too? You wait till I'm finished. We see how you play this. We see how you play this, comma. So if I would have clicked there and then would have clicked here, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. And then it highlights. No, you can't highlight on the screen. Like, you can't click and drag on the screen to highlight that way. Like, if I want to grab everything here, I can't do that here. Clicking and dragging. Now, I can individually click each. That's fine. And apparently, I could come over here and click and then go to the bottom and click. Comma didn't want to tell me until I was already done. Again, we see you. You're just trying to make me look dumb. And it's working. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and see. I love the how it blends off of this to a rock. Looks nice. Looks nice. Yeah, Michael? Yeah, no, we don't know. Who would be the person that we yell, Michael? You know, to like what we did. Okay, so let's go ahead and take that tooltip off. I love that you can minimize in the early deal. We didn't have this ability to do this. They were always up on screen, so we only had this small little thing that bothered me so much. Is there any way I can remove the tooltip thing? Is that in settings, like on here? Gameplay, audio, accessibility, input, like the tool. Is that something that I can uncheck on here? I wish. Not for my knowledge. Yeah, that needs to be able to be removed on here. Like, honestly, just have it in the map settings, which we can't do anything in map settings. You could just have it in there. Like, you know, remove the tutorial deal. But yeah, this is nice. Originally, we didn't have this ability to do this, so we only had this small box to work with. I'm like, I need a larger space. But okay, so let's go ahead and biomes, fracture naturally, always fracture, because I want to, even though this is sand, I want to have different stuff. I like the way these rocks look. They look nice. So okay, let's go ahead. We got tall grass, we got patch of grass, we got rustled grass. See, look at that, Aaron. I didn't show you this. Look, they got rustled grass. Look at that. That's grass that has been rustled. Here's like the normal grass patch. Very nice. We do like rustled grass. I wonder what the, like if we have tall grass everywhere, I wonder how much grass and it starts ruining frame rate. You know, when does it start destroying everything? I like the way the grass looks, though. I like the way the grass looks. And the cool thing is, in the drought stuff, they do have dead grass. You know? So that's nice. Yeah, we got a little patch. We got some tall stuff. We got some really big. What is that one called? Wild. Oh, that's definitely wild. That's huge. Which, of course, you could scale it down. But that looks nice. Look, this one has got a little color on it. Very nice. With weeds. Good old weeds. What do you have here? Succulent patch. Got some succulents. I know, I'm too busy looking at everything, and I'm like, this is neat. One thing I'm excited about, this says seaweed, but it looks like dead vines. You know? Like, it looks like dead vines and stuff. It's, you know, you could totally make that into seaweed. I mean, make that into vines here. Like, look at this. Oh, 100%. 100% dead vines. Boom. Is that Pine Bush D? I love that they, like, yeah, I think every dev that's making editor, look at other editors and be like, ooh, I want that in my game. You know? Like, look, we could get a nice bush. Look at this. We got a nice big dead bush now. Very nice. Very nice. I love it. Got to love it. Okay. We need to start putting some stuff down. Let's go back to the fractured here. And let's see. Aaron. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. We got a nice square terrain piece. Now, I don't know, does the square terrain pieces, do those blend? Do square terrain pieces blend with rocks and stuff? Like, does all terrain pieces blend? It looks like it does. Nice. I love it. Love it. Okay. Very nice. We can have some... Let's do something like this over on this side here. Now look at this right here. Got some nice... Oh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I love the way this looks. I love that it blends. Sometimes it's a little too transparent, but I love that they have that option. Like, I can't get over it. I wish Halo had that. Absolutely love the option of the blend. Oh yeah, we're cooking here. This is gonna be, nope, not that one. I want it more curved. What about getting this one? I am going to take off the snap so we can just really kind of eye it wherever we want here. What does it look like? Aaron, we will get on that ASAP. Let's go ahead and take this off. We don't want it on snap. See, like some of the blending sometimes is a little too transparent, but they can tweak that. I just love the ability to blend in the first place. Hold Alt and click the object, and you get a nice ability to move that there. Oh, by the way, this is another thing, Aaron. If you want it mirrored on here, you just scale it to the negatives, and it comes out the other way, and then you can have it mirrored. You know, like, so there's certain objects that, you know, you may need to mirror. Like staircase objects. Didn't know that until, like, I put it in a Discord, and they're like, yeah, totally mirror that. All right. How does that look? I think that looks nice for now. We got to get some nice bushes. Okay, put a tree, and you said scale it down. I love that they have large trees. That means the textures are real nice as being really big. You know, and it doesn't start stretching the textures too much. Okay. Come on. Little baby tree? You got a little baby tree here. Look at a little, oh man. The look at the top. Look at the leaves. Okay, here. We got it. Let's look at this real quick. You got a little baby tree. It's moving. Its leaves are moving a little strangely, but you know, just go with it. I bet you can, you know, you could probably use this for something like some sort of alien, whatever, like type of look. I wonder where it starts acting a little more normal. You know, like, see, here's like a small tree, and it's still staying on the branches here. It's moving and stuff, but it's still staying on the branches, which is fine. Yeah, it'd be nice to have an option where you could click on it, go to tools and details, and like disable the wind movement, you know, on here. That'd be nice. Just to have that for some stuff. What if you get one of these? What if we squash it? What does that look like? Let's squash it. Oh, you know. Hold on, what does it look like with this? Oh, you know we're going to use this sometime. The outliner, that's just showing everything. Like all objects I've placed so far. There is no folder system, but that's definitely something that we have brought up with them. Saying having some sort of folder system would be great. You know we're 100% going to use this. Like this right here. Oh, this is ideal. Like having some nice ground cover or something. What does it feel like to walk on it? Is it... Oh, no. It's just the center of it has a little bump, but the rest of it is good. Has some nice little ground cover. It's a moving world. Like, imagine if you did this. And let's go ahead and scale. How should we scale? This way? Scale it smaller. Oh, the problem is if you go too small. Okay. And then we do something like this. Move it up against a rock. Of course, you would want a more flat surface, but hey, you know, I'm just throwing this together real quick. Where's a nice flat? I know this is a flat surface right here. Well, I guess I could put it on that. How about we put it on this? I want to stop. Don't do the snap rotation. Object instead of world. Can you set? No, you can't set anything. No collision. But look at that right there. Still looks nice. You know? Like it's still doable for vines. Like, you know, you gotta work with what you got. But if you want to do vines, bingo. You got some vines. Right there. That'll work. Okay, let's go ahead and keep putting some stuff out. Let's go ahead and throw some trees in here. Not these big of trees. These suckers are huge defaultly, which I love. They should definitely be big trees defaultly. Okay. There we go. Once we get them to the right size, then we could just duplicate. A blank log? No, there's not. There is some of these tree roots, which some of them you can probably, but the problem is they move. You know, like you could probably work this a little bit. Let's go world. You know, like you can probably try to, but the problem is they, like I said, they move. I wish they didn't move. Like so, like let's say you have that. So there's kind of like a little log. You know, like you could do something like that for a log. Or if, yeah, or flip a tree, stick a tree inside a mountain. You know, like go like this and put the leaves inside there. Do you like what we used to do in Halo? Do something like that. There's a log, and look, you got some bushes. Classic. But yeah, you could probably use some of these here as a log. But you got to worry about them moving. That's why I was saying I wish we could like turn off the, like I wish we could turn off, like see there's, you could do something like that. I wish we could turn off the movement, the wind movement. But, you know, we can make it work. Hey, we've been forging in Halo for a long time, so we can make things work. I do not mind. Yeah, time to request everything. It's the classic, don't worry about the servers and everything like that. Just let's get some more objects we can place out. You're all we care about, right? Okay, let's go ahead and shrink that down a little. I just love having more stuff because the Splitgate, you know, editor in the first one was really rough. Like it was really rough. Like you couldn't scale objects, you couldn't do all that type of stuff, and the rocks weren't too big. So I'm so happy that they decided to do more. And you know, give us some nice objects and stuff that we can really work with here. I don't know what he said, but apparently Stream Elements did not like it. Some nice waviness in here. We have a nice slope here. Do some nice slope. Oh, so far I'm loving the lab. So far I am loving it. We've already really kind of explored a lot of different options here. Some things that, you know, using trees to create vines and, you know, and all that type of stuff. We're having a lot of cool ideas coming from it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Aaron. We don't need new game modes or weapons or if fixing servers or bugs, glitches. No, don't worry that. Let's get some logs in here. Let's get some logs. Okay, priorities, okay? Priorities. Ooh, we could do this. Which one should we do for the pathway, Aaron? I do like this right here. You know, and we could flip it so we can have a flat surface. Should we do this for the pathway? Ready to start a 24-hour build stream? Oh, nice. Yorgi's nice. That's exciting. That's exciting. Hey, Comet, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Sure, you forgot to do that. You did it on purpose because you're laughing at me off of individually selecting everything. We know the truth. Yeah, all the textures flip over and anything blends. By the way, I don't know if you know that, but they blend into terrain pieces, which I love. Now, I do think the blends sometimes are a little bit too, like they don't blend between the two objects, but any terrain piece, like any of these landform island pieces or any of these terrain, they blend. So that's something to remember. Now, sometimes see how they go a little bit too, it takes too long to fully blend. Like I could see underneath. I do wish they would blend a little bit quicker and it's not as, what do you call it? Opaque, you know, on there. But overall, like if you notice, see how this like blends nicely into there. Where's the rocks? Where, like how these rocks blend into the terrain piece right here. I love that. Love it. I think it looks really nice. The green's not being the same color? Yeah, you're talking about this and this? Yeah, that bothers me too. That bothers me also. Yeah, I wish they were the same color. But I guess technically the reason why they're not is moss. They're technically moss. So that's the reason why I think, like, if you see it's like brighter, although it looks the same, this just looks like darker green version of this. Yeah. Michael? So which pathway do you think? Should we go... Aaron, should we go... What pathway do y'all think? Should we go with this one for a pathway or this one for a pathway? Now remember, I'm going to flip this one over too. Like, I'm going to make it flat. And then we'll work with... But this is just a walking path. I kind of want a walking path. So, which one? Which one do y'all think walking path-wise here? That one or this one? Now, you like the left one, so you like this one right here for the walking path? The lighter rocks? Okay. Looks like y'all are in agreement. So we'll go ahead and do lighter rocks here. Oh, which one did I grab? Whoopsies. Didn't mean to grab that. I meant to grab this. Slide it over. All right. I do want a rotation snap. I want to make sure this is even. So let's go ahead and have a rotation snap here. And boop, boop, boop. There. I guess I could always go in the tools and details and roll it to 180 there, but whatever. All right. There we go. Good. Good. So now, I love that the textures, like it's set on that. So any object that you move, like if you see this, I know I could make this larger, but I just kind of want to get a path out first and kind of design it a little bit first. Oh, I forgot, since this isn't a terrain piece, it doesn't blend on those. So we may have to go with a desert. Let's go ahead and see, because I want the blend. Yeah, that terrain inheritance, yeah. So I want the blend. So we may go with the drought pieces, and let's take a look at this. Let's see, a terrain wide. Goodness gracious, this is huge. Okay. Holy moly. So we may have to do a little sand here so we can have some terrain blending. I would love more terrain pieces, different colors, different, like make one that looks more like dirt, sand, that rock type of one. Like, what do you mean, Aaron? Is there no non-flat dark green matching terrain? Like, what do you mean with like with a fracture? Like one of these? Well, I wanted it to be a different color. You know, the everything. That's the problem. I wanted it to be a different color. Oh, like it's this green, but it's bumpy. There is these terrain pieces, but I don't think it's necessarily... Like, I could do something... Like, I could use this, like the top. You know, just do something like this. Like, type of thing. I wanted a little bit more... Like, is that what you're talking about? I wanted it a little bit more, like sandy type of look. Like, I wanted more of like a dirt pathway, you know? Like, you get what I mean? I guess I could maybe use rocks. What do rocks look like? Like, I could find a flat rock. Okay, that's not a rock there. Like yeah. I'm just going to look real quick at some rocks. Just for like if I want to do a rock pathways. Doesn't look like there's too many. That's why I hope we get more. Like we have the drought one right here. I hope we get more like, you can have a beach, so you can have a more white sand, type of thing. Like and then like a dirt, like maybe a forest biome where it has like dirt, mud, and everything. So you can use that type of stuff. Like that would be nice. It would be a good touch. Okay, and are you talking about this type of? Are you talking about not these edges right here? But you're talking about like this grass, the darker one. Because the darker one. Wait, that's a flat. They blend into the sand a little better. Yeah, the problem is I do like the bumpiness of those, That's the problem. I like the bumpiness. That's what it'll look like. Apparently these aren't as dark as these. They're all different colors. Like it looks like the landform islands are different colors than the terrain pieces, and then those are different colors than the ground debris. Oh no. I'm going to go with these. I'm just going to go with these. You have a mossy rock. I'm going to go with these lighter type of thing. We'll just have that the whole way. Just trying to look around. We're gonna put some other stuff in here. What do we have here? This. Let's go ahead and space this out, like something like this. Okay, and we can, of course, flip these upside down. Not going to worry about that. That's some big rocks. I don't want to have everything like unbelievably bumpy. Yeah, that's the problem. If I, like, because I was thinking about using some of these hills. But I think it's a different color than the other stuff. Yeah, I'm going to definitely cover them with leaves and grass. So it won't be as noticeable, with some stuff. So won't be too bad. We can make it work. Done it for so long with Halo. We can make it work here. Leslie might move this. Oh, that's stretching. Wrong button. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. We can, of course, make sure we cover everything, but not terrible. I like it so far. Has a nice blend with some of the stuff here. You know? I love it that we haven't even, like, you should technically build the map itself. Like, not art it, and then you art it later. No. Not us. Not us. Really, man. Yep. Never heard of building the map. I thought we were just arting stuff. Nice. I like grass. Go too high off of the ground there. Oh, yes, we are. Welcome to Twitch chat. I want to know what's the point where you start getting bad, like, frame rate and stuff. You know? There's got to be a point sometime. No, we'll go with the world. Looks pretty good. Like, good enough. Can be better, but Throwing some rustled grass on the edges here. What if we throw some rustled grass here? You know, because someone may have hit this rustled grass. While they're running. You know? Very nice. Are you just going to push the lab to its limit? Well, I'm just going to be building what I can. I'm not going to be able to stream forever just because got to eat dinner sometime, and it's 6:14 right now. You know, you guys got to feed the kids. But yeah. Like, I'm just going to, that's what I'm going to just keep doing. I'm just going to keep going until, like, off of, like, you know, this map. I'm not going to, like, stop until probably I get the full 5,000 budget. I want to see what happens. I like the mixture of rustled grass because it's turned, you know, with the regular grass. Like, it's all turned weird ways. And I think it has a really nice, like, it accents the regular grass really well. Oh, yeah. And it has a slight different color, which I like. Very cool looking. Let's get some bushes in here. So let's get some ferns here. How small are these? Okay, these are real small, so let's go ahead and throw these a little bit closer to the edge. That's a little bigger one, so let's throw that one there. How about this one? Let's throw that here. Some of the flowers? Yeah. Here, we could do alien flowers. One other thing I do want to do, there's clover here. There's clover, leaf clover spread. I do want to throw in some leaves in some spot. There's dried up leaves. You know, I love that they added this in here. That's gonna be so great, having this type of stuff. What's these type of clovers? Oh, a little bit different there. Okay. And look, we can have some dried up leaves thrown in there. Of course, we could scale it, you know. We'll move the tree. We'll move some trees here. That, and I think I want to scale this one down a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, desert bush is the ones, they had some flowers there. We'll definitely go. I'm not going to worry about the leaves for right now. We'll have to check that out in a second. I'm just looking at, you know, we can of course make trees into bushes too if we need some larger stuff. Got some nice bushes here. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get 2 bushes right here. And then we also can get some nice, we can get some dead bushes thrown in there somewhere if we feel like it sometime. Which, another thing that I really like about this is you can use this as other type of cover. Also, like, what if you want to have that as some ground cover right there? What if you want to have something like this? You know, like in your map or something. Like, of course, this moves a little bit, so, but it's surrounded by other things, you know. Like, it's not necessarily a bad idea having something like that. Just some nice thick ground cover. Like it. Very nice looking bushes here. Let's go ahead and lower them into the ground a little bit. So far, it looks like a skid mark, as it should. Oh, by the way, Yurgi, thank you so much for the follow. I didn't see that. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and... we may make some custom trees as well. I really like these right here as well. These are some nice objects. What are these right here that I have? Fern wild, a wild fern. Very nice touch of a bush. They did a good job making something that looks good. It looks like it'll kind of fit. You know? Hey, no worries. All right. Can you flatten out the grasses? Probably. From Ready Up Live days? Oh, it's been a while. Thank you for the follow also. That has been a while. Can you flatten like the grasses out, or are you talking about the ferns and stuff? Well, since I already have one selected, let's go ahead and grab a fern and check out just what it looks like if we flatten it. Oh, that's some good ground cover right there. Look at that. Let's try to match it good and then kind of raise it up above. That's nice. And, you know, that's just something nice to have. Look at that. Again, like you can use these type of things, not just ground cover, but, you know, what if you put it up on a rock? Go ahead and slide it real quick to take a look. How about we do the world edit? I'll go object. Oh, come on. Okay, right there. And then now we can move it out from it. So if you do something like that, so, you know, it can kind of look like a vine. Cornbread, good. I mean, oh my gosh, you really are old school there. But there we go. That's nice. Got a nice little vine. That actually looks better than the tree. So flatten out a fern, and it could be used as a vine. Very nice. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So, Aaron, you wanted to see about the grasses. Let's go ahead and pull a grass over here and see what it looks like flattened. So it kind of looks like moving, like it's like moving like tiny little bits. Like just like very, you know, it could be, you know, something like if you're have a little tiny little part, but that's of course if I just flatten it from the top. You can just shrink it or get a different size one. You know, get some nice small grass in here. Something like this. Oop. Those are really flowing, those grass bits. It's probably, isn't there some smaller ones that we could use? You can search, so. Grass. So we got a rustled, we got a patch of grass here, this is the smaller one. And what do we have here? We got a patch of tall, which that's what I had earlier. And then fractured grass. So this is just regular size right here. Regular size grass. Or are these the exact same? Seems like these are the exact same. I want it to be a little bit more smaller grass up front. Yeah, something like that. Now we're talking. Something like this. Some shorter grass up front. Now we're cooking with portals. Yes, I'm only working so far on this initial area. It's gonna take forever, and I'm gonna have a lot of objects on this map. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Very nice. That's some good looking grass. That is some good looking grass there. Yeah, Blair, what? I'm confused, huh? What? Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry. You remain in contact with Greenskull. I know since he's off doing the AI. Sorry about that. And claim the main channel on your own his own. Just curious. Yeah. Too much concentrated density in one area, not much detail to spare up. Like on the rest of the map. Yeah, that's definitely a mistake. You got to make sure be able to spread it through the whole map. But I'm gonna see how much we can do on this. But yeah, no, yeah. Greenskull started doing just basically all AI. He makes a lot of money doing it too. Like he gets a lot of views on that type of stuff. But I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. Yeah, he moved over to his like just Greenskull channel on that. You do the leaf pile. Can you unflatten those? No, I think the leaf pile are all flattened. Like that's defaultly is flattened there. Let's see here. Like I don't think you could do anything else. Well, no, yeah. Hey, he'd do his own thing. Oh, never mind. You could kind of lift it. You see that? You could kind of make it a little 3D there. You see? It could kind of come up. Have I hit the limit with Infinite Forge? I can, but I haven't forged in so long on Infinite. It's just... I just haven't. Yeah, you can hit the limit, especially if you build like a BTB map, a large one. So you can kind of raise these up a little bit. Not much. See what it looks like whenever I'm running around on it. Not bad. Still have 260 FPS here. Oh, like that. Okay, that type of limit. Yeah, like it's just I'm just kind of done. That type of limit, yes, I have. I love Infinite's Forge. I think it's fantastic. But I'm ready for the next one. You know, honestly, I don't even need this here. Yeah, I don't even need that there. Just kind of, I can kind of form it out with all these other objects here and blocks and pieces. Something like that. Why is this one so dark? Is it because the... We need to... Why is this so dark? So confused. Let's go ahead and see about... What if we put a lamp form? Shrink it down. Oh goodness, that went opposite there. That was crazy looking. Nope, it's always baked. Yeah, there's no generate lighting or anything like that. Why is this side always dark? Because of like the way the sun is? I have no idea. We do something like this. Oh well, we're gonna cover it with grass anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh yeah, definitely. About the developers day grew up, forging. Just want to kind of blend that. We're going to put some rocks here. So that is a little too high. Go ahead and go down here. Not bad. That is this a tall? What is this? Right here. Yeah, that's the tall patch grass. Kind of want that moved. It's a little too big. Yeah, we're gonna add some rocks in here. Just trying to get some of the grass put out. For sure. Always need rocks. Always need rocks. Look at how that looks. I like it. You know? It's not bad. I don't like that. And Quinn start a different map. Yeah. I will hit save though. All right, let's get some rocks in here. Yeah, we definitely have to get some nice rocks. Got some good boulders. I know they have some default smaller rocks. Got to put some rocks in here. We're just going to throw them around right now, and then we will... not really like that one. Kind of like... that one. What's this one? This one is this one. Go ahead and put that one right here. Throw some rocks in here. We got to put something on the edge. More. I don't like the idea of the bigger rock. Ooh. Wrong one. What did I grab? I meant to grab this one. Let's get the smaller one over here. Come on. Let me get the rock. Over here. Over here. Boo. It's a nice boulder. It is. Don't like that. It's not a boulder, it's a rock. Go ahead and move this a bit more in. And let's get a big rock and scale it. Need some stuff up here. Need some grass. Get some bushes up here. What does this remind you of? I don't remember that. It's been so long. Looking good though, so far. I think. I'm spending so much time on literally the start. Never fails, never fails. All right, where's the flowering like type of grass? Where is that at? This one right here. Like, nope, not that one, not that one. This one. It's like a kind of a dead grass with flowers. Like, you know, this looks like a different type of bush. I think that looks nice. Provides some color. Like, without having to do this alien fauna type of stuff. Because, you know, sometimes you don't want alien fauna. Sometimes you want like, some normal stuff. Like, this is neat, but it looks a little too out of place. So, add some of this type of stuff. There we go. That's nice. Changes it up a little bit. Dang it. Can't click it. Pine tree. Oh my gosh, does not go. Okay, here's the weeds too. Okay, so it does at least go in order that I place it, so. This is why I wish that they would have some sort of folder system. So then I could be like, you know, these type of plants go here. There. Adds a little bit of color. Not a whole lot, but, you know, some. That's the weirdest stuff on it, yeah. Yeah, the lighting in Splitgate is kind of bright, like to me. At least it feels like it. That was even with the first one. Felt the same. Like it's like things are illuminated a bit much. No pre-bake. Yeah, I understand though, like it's a lot more costly to do lighting stuff. What is this one? Is that grass patch tall? I don't want grass patch tall. We just pop in just a regular grass patch. Not rustled. Just a regular one. Move these down. Like it. I like it. Let's go ahead and save. You know? Very cool. Very cool. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Guess we should start doing the rocks on the outside. This is just defaultly what I just spawned randomly. The bottoms look like. Yeah, they look nice as is. I just wanted to be a little bit more depth to it, you know? A little something. Get that a little closer. We do have our background rocks, but I think those are like insanely massive. So, you know, and I know I could scale them, but still. What is that? What's this? Man, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Marathon. Or they should delay it, and instead of doing the extraction shooter, just go ahead and make it like a campaign with the cool, you know, lore and everything like that. That is Marathon. So, you know, that'd be kind of neat. Actually doing something involving the previous game. You know, like that'd be cool. That would be cool. See, the problem is I don't want to use the vistas because, like there's the vista kind of shakes, and so I don't want to use it too close because they kind of move. So, how about we go ahead and just use some of these big old chonker rocks here. These are some big rocks. Oh, yeah. They could, but that would be a stolen idea. But it works surprisingly. Exactly. Like, yeah, this isn't as good as Forge, but it's very good for what they were able to make. Like, the fact that this is the second editor, and if you remember the first Splitgate editor and how, like, it is. Like, they did a great job. Don't like that pops out. I was using that as a piece that just, you know, connects. May not be able to. May have to use just a regular rock. Or I wonder if I could use this. Just kind of scale it down and scale it up. That might work. Now we're cooking. Where portal wall's going? Somewhere. Don't worry about that right now. We're building. We're building things right now. Don't worry about the actual gameplay part of it. Like that. That's actually kind of neat, these stair step deals, but I don't want people to think you can do that. Like you can stair step down. So make that scaled up a little bit. Okay. Not bad. We got to change the landscape, though. We can't have, you know, something like this here. What do we think? Just doing some sort of rocks or something? Should we do rocks? Maybe do these giant rocks? Or would that... Or I don't know if the texture would look good on there. Look at this. See what that looks like. Now, do I need to raise up everything higher? Because I feel like this isn't far enough for, you know, the steep cliff. Do I just need to raise everything? You know? Feel like that's not high enough up. We could see what happens whenever we raise it all. I guess we could test that. No, I want it into the sky, Aaron. All the way up. See what happens whenever you select everything. It works. Gotta go. Hey, no worries, Aaron. Appreciate you coming out. Honestly, yeah, this looks pretty good. I kind of like how high this is. Pretty high up. Man, I would love to be able to have water. You know? Like a placeable water of some sort or something like that. And patch of grass. If we do a patch of grass down here, how about we scale it this way? What does this look like? What does that look like? Trying to think of maybe something like having some sort of trees or something, you know? Like, you know, it's like distant trees, if you get what I mean. Get a platform and make it blue? Yeah. That's basically what we're going to have to do. Or put a giant portal wall. And put invisible. What if we put a giant portal wall and put an invisible blocker in front of it? Because a portal wall has like a... There's like a thing there. What did we do there? Where do we get buildings, portals, portal wall, pink. Tails. 90. Let's go ahead and see. Don't take off the frame. That frame. No, I want it off. If we did this. Okay, now the thing is, the portals, even though it's turning red, I was told that they still turn blue in the game. This is just basically telling you, hey, this won't work. You know? Let's see. There's only one way to find out. You know. Let's go ahead and save the project. Showing red here. I wonder how that'll look in game regularly. We have to test it. So what if we shrink it? Is it because it's just... I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what it looks like. So this is what it would look like. Right here. Where's where it gets... Okay, that's the size, the max size. How about we just delete that so we can see what it looks like? Oh, you can't put any objects in it, though. But I don't know. That's not a bad size there. Unfortunately, I don't think we can... I just want to block it. What does it look like if I block over here? Does it shade everything? Yes, it does. If I shrink it, does it... Okay. That does not shade everything. Okay. Put terrain on it. Well, the thing is, you still put terrain on it, and the portal wall will still... I think it still shows up properly. Like in game, though. You know? Like, I believe you can still do terrain. You can still do all that. But you would have to... I think it's whenever you're in-game. It shows regular. I guess there's only way... Map settings set up for play? What's set up for play? Invalid. Oh, I need to... Here, how about this? How about we throw in a spawn point? Throw in a spawn point. Where's spawn point? Objects. Spawns. Boop, boop, boop. Neutral. Is that how now you set up for play? Can we do it? FFA deathmatch? Okay. Play. See what it looks like.
Free for all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, you got this.
Not bad,
Score
Aaron.
the most kills
Not
to
bad.
win the match.
You know? I think it'll work. Oh my gosh, you can actually put... What? They said it wouldn't work. Oh my goodness. He said it wouldn't work, but it's working. Okay. So, we may have to... I don't know. Maybe we could we put a blocker there? And it keeps you from doing anything? What if we put a blocker? Let's test. Let's test. Just want to make sure the blocker does actually... Let's go ahead and raise it up a little bit. Okay. Now let's test that. A project. And you can put terrain on it. Like, why can't I put terrain on the portal wall, though?
Free for all.
Why are you saying I can't do that?
5, 4, 3, 2.
I can still put
1.
terrain on it.
This is your moment. Don't waste it.
Yes.
Get the most kills and bring home the win.
Okay. Exit play mode. What are you throwing stuff at me? Or do a skybox like that going around? Okay. Here. So it doesn't go deep so loud. Here, I'll put do not disturb. Okay. I get what you're saying here. I get what you're saying. Well, what in the world? I guess that's the invisible blocker. But that's interesting to know about the portals. Okay, so problem is this is desert. So we're gonna have to figure that one out. Like, I wish that we had a non-desert canvas like this exact. Literally, you could do the exact thing. Except instead of sand, put grass. Like, put this instead of that. Literally the exact same thing. You know? Okay, so we'll see. You could color primitives. So we'll see some primitives here. But we send the primitive out that way. Go wee, really long primitive. Yeah, I think you could put stuff in this. Like, I don't know how far out though you could put stuff. I'm still going. So, seems like you could put it pretty far out. I'm just going to put this here, and then I will widen it. So we only need to really have one, like, colored thing, like one river, whatever you want to call it. And we'll just put terrain, like, masking out the rest of the stuff. Okay, so blue. Yes. So do we got to turn down all this stuff? Make it more blue. What does this do right here? I have no idea. How about a little bit more green? Something like that. Oh my gosh, it's reflective. Is that what this is? Reflection? It's A. I don't know. I have no idea, but that's fine. I don't know what A is, but okay. Nice. All right, cool stuff. And then, yeah, you're talking about throwing out some biome stuff. What if we just throw out some of this stuff? Oh, well, that's not really gonna... It'll be better if we do this right here and scale this up. There we go. Oh, wait. I forgot we have all this locked. Nice little windy river. You know, make it work. We have this. Honestly, I think I'm just going to keep with some of these, and I may, let's see if I spin it around. The shadows are getting a little weird. I wonder if I don't know, because they don't combine too well, some of this stuff. Kind of like that over the way it looks. And we need to bring this. Let's make it a little windier. It's kind of... I want it a little bit windier than what this is. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting a little windier here. Honestly, doesn't look too bad. For background stuff, not too shabby. You know? Not too shabby. Hey, at least we could... Oh my gosh. Wrong button. At least we could do this stuff, you know? Like, that's the great thing. This is possible. Yeah, little mountains, plateaus. Yeah, just all that type of stuff real far back. Dude, Aaron. Like, Honestly, this is looking so good. Like, look at this. That looks really good. Just by itself, and that's without anything, you know? I'm probably going to open this up a little bit, or, I don't know, make something. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do here. But this honestly looks really good. I wonder if we do the rocky moss. Let's see what that looks like off in the distance, because it, you know, it has that rocky look to it. You know, you kind of get little mountains. Maybe a little bit too much. Might be a little too much. Maybe if I flatten it a little bit. Well, I don't know. It's not terrible with stuff. I kind of like the smooth aspect of, you know, like off in the distance with everything. Which one is this one? What type of deal is this? Fracture ground, moss slope 6. So, moss slope, it's this one right here. How about what does this one do? Yeah, shape silhouette, that's true. Yeah, in the background. What's the scale compared to the player? Hold on. I think this is insanely massive compared to the player. Because, like, if I pull one over here, like, look at that. Like, it's huge. It's huge. All right, so yeah, we'll go ahead and put these off into the distance, and then we'll see what they look like way off in the distance. Oh yeah, I that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We got to cover up the sand. You know? I may move this one a little bit. Because I'm not sure how I feel. I may turn it and move it back like that. You know? Like something like that. Now see how far you can run on the boundary of the water. Let's go ahead and save this. Save project. So far, pretty good. Like, look at this. This looks nice. There we go. Oh yeah. We are moving. Oh, there we go. So right here. Okay, we need a little bit more over here. I'm trying to see what other type of... something else we can put for over there. What about this? But kind of flatten it just a little bit. Scale it a little bit. That's a little too flat. Let's go ahead and go up. Ooh. What does the underside look like? Okay, kind of like rolling hills in a way. I don't know if I want that there. I may go ahead and grab another one of these. Just kind of... do something like that. Have the hills as like a little backdrop. And they kind of like block some of this stuff and it goes up into it. Honestly, you can't even see that sand over there, but I'm going to just match the look. Want to make it look different. Maybe like that. Making the picture? Yeah. That looks pretty good, I think. And we haven't even started adding other stuff to it. Isn't this funny, though? Like, this is literally all I've done. I haven't even made a map yet. Like, I'm literally just right here. Classic. Classic, classic, classic. Let's go ahead and delete that. There's no point in that being there. Same thing with this one. Tall pointy one off? Okay, so grabbing one of these big. How about we grab one of these big ones? Let's just work. Yeah, we're just worrying about background stuff right now. This one, that looks pretty decent. How about we scale this a little bit? Go a little bit higher. Okay. I think the right side over here, since it's a little more barren. We may check out a different one too. If you feel like it. Right there, but we can add some more to it. How about we add, what is this one? Oh, no. Okay. We got a tall pointy one right here. That's a nice tall pointy one right there. You got to put that one there. I want to pull another one here. And what if we flip it? What does it look like on this side? Ooh, I like that. I like that. It's really nice whenever you're able to do like some background. We're gonna continue this. I want that to be not necessarily straight there. Can't even see this. There we go. Sending me a thing. Excellent. Some good looking mountains there. Kind of makes me want to lower these just a little bit. Have that one up a little bit. I say let's go ahead and get... Yeah. Problem is, I wish that this is like tough off of matching, you know, the like color of these two. Wonder if I can make this and just kind of scale one up. See how that looks just whenever I scoot it back. I don't like it. I don't like how that piece is hanging off. Because that wouldn't be how it naturally hangs off of there. Yeah, that's a little better. Look at our mountains. Big mountains. I'm going to have to copy and paste some trees. You know, down there. Where are we at? 155? We're doing pretty good off of the way things look here. Actually, let's copy this one because I have these trees to kind of scale of me. Oh my gosh. I didn't do the movement tool. Oopsies. Oh my gosh, this is really far away. Okay, there. Leaves don't show up that far away. All right, let me see if bushes. Let me see if bushes show up. It seems like bushes show up. Yeah, it does. They don't really have shadows, but it seems like bushes show up. I didn't even realize that's how they are positioned. Great thing is you don't really have to worry about them being perfectly placed because it doesn't matter. You know, like once you get real close, it matters. Like if they're actually like on the ground and stuff. But if they're, you know, further away, doesn't matter. Look at that. Portal in like 2 rocks. Yep. I think that looks pretty good for what it is. Like, you know, of course we can add more to it, especially around right here, but you know. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I would like to do a waterfall, but I don't think that's something we could do. I don't think that's something we could do. Here, how about we go ahead and hit play? And how about we go ahead and actually jump in? What happened? What happened? What happened? Hello? Draw. Okay. Let me try that again. Maybe a spawn was blocked or something? Could be it. How about we move that guy right here? And just in case that we need a second one, move him there. Okay. And now let's go ahead and click off of it. Save project. Time to finish the level. Well, we could. We could. Uh-oh. Doesn't look like it seemed like play mode's working here. That's fine. We'll just do test mode. Look at that. Look at that. I'm impressed. This is nice. We can definitely add more. I'm going to add more bushes to it. Like add more to it. But you know, like I want to add some more a little bit further out right there, a little bit right here, you know, and stuff. Like on top of this mountain up on right here, like on all this. Any mountain gaps? Like there's that, but it just looks like the end of the mountain there. And same thing here, but no, you can't see anything beyond that. And of course I need to do stuff right here, but not too worried about that. How about we check to make sure all this is good, like you can run through it just fine. Should we put one mountain off in the distance? Like right there, just something. Let's see what it looks like. Put one real far back. We turn it. Stream only being 720? It shouldn't. It should be 1080. Like I have it set on 1080. Well, that's not bad. Oh, I forgot I have these snapped. 720. Oh my gosh. Redonkulous. It is so far away, I can't reach that other thing. But these look a little too pointy and weird. Like these right here. I don't know. I kind of enjoy that one. I'm going to add to this. I don't like that. That it just kind of ends there. Okay. Whoops, too far. Okay, that's better, I think. A little samey pointy wise. Well, they're pointy rocks, okay? How about we keep that one there? How about we change this one? How about we delete that one? What if we do that? So then there's less pointy rocks. There's 2 pointy rocks. Yeah, I like samey pointy wise, like, yeah. Because that one was very similar to that one. Mr. Greencastle, what's up? You like the one on the right? So you like that one there? I still like that one, though. How about then we keep them? Way left. So you like this one? I don't know. There's too many. Look at my directions miss. So do you like this one or do you like this one? Middle, left, far left, that one. Okay. I still like that one though. Maybe we can add a little bit to it. Maybe we can make it look a little bit less samey pointy. What if we just do that? How about we just do that? Actually, let's go ahead and delete that one because I can just raise it. What if we did something like this where it's not really big pointed? Watch, I do all this work and then everything in the outside whenever you actually play gets removed. Watch. Yeah, Mr. Greencastle, this is just my background for my map right here. This is what we're working on right now. Coming through here. We're doing a parkour map, a race map. But yeah, this is just the background to it. Massive skybox, tiny little playable space so far. Yeah, the blending of the terrain types, it does look good. It's really nice. Like, here. Gonna hop over like this right here. See how it blends between the sand and that? Oh, so good. Now, there are some instances where it kind of gets a little too see-through, like a little too transparent in some areas. Also, yeah, you see the rocks also do the same. They blend. It's a little too much in certain ones, but it's not bad. Like this right here is an issue. I need to fix that. Because you can see that one coming up right there. But I love it. I wish Halo had that. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and delete that. Might have to... like it tells you the map doesn't support a mode or min... Oh my gosh, yes, that is fantastic. Yeah, I just found that out whenever I was like going in. I was like, how do I test like... Because originally we put a portal down here just to be able to like have the water effect because the portal has that little hazy whatever effect. But it didn't. We were just like, we'll just color a block. But yeah, I love the fact though that whenever I hopped in there, like I can actually change and I do different stuff on here. And like, look, I don't have spawn points, so it can't tell me, no, this will not work for that. So good. Which area of the world does this remind you of right here? Mr. Greencastle, he won't know. Yeah. No, there's definitely a lot of things. I wish that we can actually do more lighting because it's very bright, you know, like and everything. I understand they said on there, like whenever we talked about that, they were like, it's very expensive to be able to do. So I don't know if they would be able to do it anytime soon if they can with more lighting options. I wish that they can do some stuff like what Halo Reach had and everything with the little orbs that, you know, you can like pop out and it can make it look like nighttime, or pop it out and have it juicy, like the little, you know, whatever, I forget what they're called, but those little things that, so like maybe you can make one that's like a dusk looking one, or like, you know, in it FX it changes. Or mentioned Quasi Zap. But yeah. Like that would be nice. Changing sun position would be awesome to be able to do too. But I know that's a lot more complicated. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and probably stop it here because I got to eat and everything. But yeah. So I think that's it right now. I'm hopping off. I'll definitely be back on. Well, tomorrow we're going, you know, out of the house and for a while. So I don't know if I'll be back on tomorrow, but for sure on Monday I'll be streaming some more on there. So, thanks everyone for coming out. I appreciate it. Yeah, please, if y'all are Mr. Greencastle, if you're making anything in here, I believe you are. Once you get done, please tag me online and stuff because I would love to be able to take a look at it and, you know, probably feature it and everything. So, thanks for coming out, everyone. Appreciate it. I'll see you next time.